Welcome to Next Exit History. You see here, it's a pretty easy site to navigate. There's not a lot here. This is a project that Riches of Central Florida is working with. Originally, it is done by University of West Florida in Pensacola. There's a few features. You can do a search, and we'll talk more about that later. We can find out a little bit more about Next Exit History, and essentially it's for mobile apps. That's what it's really about. You can click this or click that, and you get to the same idea, or click this or this and get to the same area. This giant map here tells you a lot. There's over 43,940 historical sites. Essentially, what Next Exit History is all about, and I'll hit the About button here now. It's about using your mobile devices to locate, and using their GPS systems to locate historical sites. And of course, it's up to people and contributors like Riches of Central Florida, as well as, well, it's on the main page, some other ones. We see here, you can look at some of these. They got podcasts. You see points that are brought up on your phone using your GPS system. It has a few pictures, a little tutorial. Some even have podcasts. If we skip ahead, it takes the contributors, can take pictures and add it in there. Some Paul Revere and Boston and some others. And of course, they're being popped up like crazy because of historical societies and universities like University of Central Florida. Here's one example I like to point out too, as I'm skipping forward, is Paul Revere's house. Where is it? There it is, Paul Revere's house. It's in Boston, of course. And as a tourist just walking across using your cell phone, since so many people do that nowadays, and you know this app exists, you know it's a historical site, but you want to know more about it, so there's a podcast on it. Me and my wife went to Boston. We did not have this app at the time, a couple summers ago. We would have loved to have it. We did have our cell phones at the time. We did have iPhones, but this app wasn't either publicized or known by us. Here are some of the leadership people involved in this program, a little bio about them if you want to know more about them. Many of them are located, again, at the University of West Florida. The mobile apps that this program is compatible with is the iPhone originally, Android, and also Windows Mobile. I do know that it's a free app for the iPhone. I imagine it's free for these others as well. You do have to have the most current and up-to-date software to get it. Another cool thing about the website, though, is that even if you don't have a mobile device and you still want to gain some knowledge from these the contributors that are putting in here, you can go to the search, and each search has the most recent updated. There's different categories. They categorize things by historical community, historical site, historical building, museum, cultural attraction, natural history, historical markers, or national parks. You can type in anything you want here, and then you can set that filter in and search it. Now, I'll just take this one for example. It's a historical marker apparently. An immense amount of suffering is what it says. We're waiting for it to download, and we're going to see that eventually. Essentially, it's just going to have a picture, location of what it is, location map, and a little information here. Typically, this is the actual information on the historical marker, which tends to, some people, if they figure that out, they may not necessarily want to go to the historical marker. But for more elaborate historical markers, like this one looks like it is, obviously they can't write everything that's on this app, so it's enough to catch your attention so that you want to go there and look. Again, if we go to the home page, you can also do something similar through the map. And if you were to zoom into a certain area, we'll say Central Florida, we can see, or say the Caribbean. Now we can see some of these are all contributions that people have put in. And the people who've contributed information are these people down here: Historical Markers Database, Florida Park Service, University of West Florida, Florida Humanities, Lower East Side, New York, so forth. And so this is the Next Exit History. That little crying back there is my son. So hopefully with Riches of Central Florida we can add more. We can see that this program could be more beneficial for tourism, but also for education. So teachers can use these to locate field trip ideas. They can also use these to do community history projects, because they could be more aware of the community history involved in where their school is at, and their students can do so as well. So that's Next Exit History.